South Africa is still grappling with adapting to the new norm under COVID-19. For the first time since the dawn of democracy, the voter registration was scheduled for only one weekend. The new norm has definitely changed a lot. When the IEC was preparing for voter registration, it had to consider the prevalence of the deadly virus and restrictions as the only mitigating factors. The electoral body postponed the voter registration weekend by 2 weeks to the end of July.
The Commission confirms that it has postponed the registration weekend from the 17th and 18th of July to the 31st and 1st of August. This was necessitated by the increasing number of infections, opinion from health experts who indicate that the whole of July is likely to be a period of high infection.
As the third wave peaked, the Moseneke report, which recommended a postponement, was released. The IEC announced that it would seek an urgent postponement of the local government elections and voter registration. However, a week later, in line with the fulfillment of her statutory obligations, Cooperative Governance Minister Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma proclaimed the election would now take place on the 27th of October. This meant the closing of the voters' roll and obliging the IEC to gazette the elections timetable. The Commission's attorney, Vemtreng Grove, argued at the Constitutional Court that there would be dire consequences.
There are 40 million eligible voters in South Africa. Only 25 million of them have been registered. And even those who have registered, many of those, experience has taught us, many of those have moved from the municipalities in which they were registered to new municipalities and would want to change that registration to vote where they now live. So even the 25 million is an overstatement of the people who would be able to vote meaningfully in these elections. And it would be a serious disenfranchisement of millions of people to force ahead simply to make the deadline.
As arguments continue on whether elections should go ahead, some political parties may not have enough time to prepare. Some South Africans were caught flat-footed.
I didn't register. Reason being is because I didn't know where and when to register.
I have not registered, but if they reopen, I will.
I have not registered as yet, but I will do once I get the notifications. But I have registered in previous years.
Before, when we did have to register to vote, it was announced that we can go and vote, maybe, for example, by different stations.
I don't see a need for me to vote, honestly. I don't see a need for me to vote.
I want to cast my vote. My vote is my voice.
If they reopen, I can register to vote, because your vote as a person, as a young student or young South African, it will make a change.
The IEC is still laying its hopes on the Constitutional Court to defer the elections to February next year. What it has made it clear, though, is that if it does not accede to its request, there will be no opportunity for the reopening of the voters' roll to allow all South Africans who wish to register to vote to do so. Ntlandla Khatlani, SABC News, Johannesburg.